Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Atlanta Falcons and the Minnesota Vikings.
70, Indy. Take it, Hamilton. Tighten up, tighten up. Ready?
Off play action, Tannehill. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they? They
certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That's pulled in at the 32. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. Wilson. Open man, there is Patterson, complete. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down.
But we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the 1st down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go. Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Well, these two teams, the Falcons and the Vikings, have met 30 times since the Falcons' inaugural year in the league back in 1966. And the Vikings winning 19 of those games, but maybe the most memorable game between the two was a Falcons victory. That was in the NFC Championship game back in January of '99. Gary Anderson missed a field goal to protect. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. The D-tackle, Sheldon Richardson, came barreling in for the sack. The D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz. And in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that fourth down.
Now a two-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made. No grounding. He completes it to Julio Jones. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. And now he's really knocking on the door for 700. That is career catch 699. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away.
Let's go. Do it.
And now out comes Minnesota. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory. But the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own side.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Touchdown, Vikings! Philip Lindsay, 79 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Extra point good by Prater, and that makes the score 7-0. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. To throw is Tannehill. Then he'll find his target, Woods. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver, and it's 2nd down. On the delay, it's Howard, and that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. After 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 50, it's Tannehill. Looking downfield for Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
But one thing's for sure, when you got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you got to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that.
It seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Play action. It's Wilson. This is Johnson. He's got it. And they work this out past the 25. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On the jet sweep, this is Johnson. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Trey Wayne's the Michigan State man right there in coverage.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Wilson now off the bootleg. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Eric Armstead able to get him for a loss of about 3. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. Give him 6 on the run. It'll be 3rd down now with still a long way to go to get to the 1st down marker. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 3rd and long. It's Wilson. He finds his man Johnson. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Now it's Wilson. Steps away to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They were looking to throw, holding on a big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Throwing on second and long. Wilson back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties. And this is going to be intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick.
Well, it's third and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Tannehill. And an alley to run. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Looking for Woods that time. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they... for you after the game, but if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Complete. It's Johnson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That puts him in excellent position, first and goal after a gain of 19. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They'll run. It's Lindsey. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. One more time with Lindsey. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Phillip Lindsey in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Prater for the extra point, and it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. 9 seconds to play, and likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. This is taken at the 18. So we're at halftime here in the opener of the 2009. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Phillip Lindsay and the rest of the offense heading back out. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but
trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. They go counter with Howard. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. He finds Riddick complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be fourth down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after. That forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
On second and a yard, Wilson give the sack to Aaron Lynch, the former USF Bull.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Now Wilson looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
70, Indy. It's just me and you.
On the ground, it's Riddick. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. From the gun on third down, Tannehill. It's caught. Jones. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A pickup of 27. And they pick up the first down in the process. That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Big Shaq Lawson gets the sack there. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Back to throw, Tannehill. The completion to Riddick. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons.
54. I hope he's watching left side.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Caught by Jones. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there of 22. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Howard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Here's Tannehill. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Let's go. 30 base.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Now Howard. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are back within a single score.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Lindsey. Marcus Gilchrist there to bring him down. And quickly they get to the line. Wilson off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let it. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Vikings. Deshaun Jackson, 65 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. All the talk when Russell Wilson came into the league about his height, you know, his big defensive lineman, can he get the ball over him? You get him outside the pocket like that, doesn't really matter.
No, it really doesn't, and you're exactly right. Many people dinged him for that and said, how's he going to see over NFL linemen? He never did, right? At whatever level, he saw through them and found pockets and windows to throw the football. But as you noted, when he's outside the pocket and his vision is totally clear, oh, look out, because he's going to find someone downfield, as we just saw there.
On first down, it's Tannehill. And yes, complete to the tight end, McDonald. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Hayward attacking off the edge that time.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 37. Tannehill now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Tannehill and McDonald here over the middle. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Riddick with a carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7. Running with Howard. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the 1st down. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it at least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The field goal we just saw has us now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball, but here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that, and that means opening things up again, being a little more free than what they're trying to get done on offense.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Wilson wants to throw it. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Vikings. Deshaun Jackson. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So all eyes on the Falcons. Down on the scoreboard. 1:47 on the clock. Field goals, useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order.
I don't think you got it.
a first down throw. Tannehill. This is Riddick on the screen. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Clock running here, under 90 seconds to go. To throw again on second down. Tannehill got his man complete over the middle. It's McDonald. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now it's Tannehill.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Benjamin's got it. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now Tannehill. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Throwing again is Tannehill. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. And the Vikings hands team able to recover, and that should just about do it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
25. Check 50.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. 3rd down here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Wilson. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the...
I just got bags from Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and ain't my last one. Oh, I had to get back up.
Running it down to finish. I don't play, get down and get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again.
Okay, Coach, historic Lambeau Field. Fittingly, it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Check 280. Check 53. And let's get that ball.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now it's Wilson. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy. What do you think?
A little jet sweep to start the drive, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Prescott now. Looking for his receiver, Sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. There he goes, right side. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. He is a difference maker at the linebacker position. He had a pick six last year, remember it. But it's different for those guys, isn't it, than a corner or a safety?
It certainly is, because sometimes they're pattern reading, seeing what the receivers are doing. Sometimes they're spot dropping, just getting to a place on the field and finding the quarterback and going to the ball. But remember this, these linebackers, at one time in their life, a lot of them are running backs. And they love having the ball back in their hands and making big moves towards the end zone.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
That's trash. That's trash. What do you think? What do you think?
They run with David Montgomery, the third-round pick from Iowa State. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 19 carries, 84 yards.
And give him a ton of credit. He's running the ball really well. But I look at those guys up front. That unit is truly playing as just that. Every move that they make, their teammate understands what that move means and what they need to do. And right now, they're starting to grind it out pretty well.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Wilson. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Deontay Johnson with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point good by Prater. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 13 yards, first down, Packers. First down, Prescott. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A quick throw taken in by Diggs. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And Latimer's got him. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Here's Prescott. That's caught by Howard. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Prescott yet again. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Now Prescott. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Touchdown, Packers! Stephon Diggs, his first touchdown here of the new campaign as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Ryan Suckup on for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
They run the jet sweep with Patterson. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man, complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Cordero Patterson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Prater for the extra point. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Jalen Smith, who took a huge step forward last year, in on the tackle for Dallas.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, if you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he's able to find Diggs. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. It's a big play there for Green Bay. And even 40 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Yeah, baby! Yeah!
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Prescott. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Vernon Davis, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are back within a single score. A post to the tight end for 6. Gosh, those guys are so tough to cover, aren't they? Just in general, tight ends running those patterns near the goal line.
Because you have to decide how you want to treat them. Are they a wide receiver? Are they a big extra blocker on the field? Or are they a hybrid and caught in between? So are you going to use a linebacker? Are you going to use a safety? Are you going to even move a corner in if you're going to play nickel or dime defense? They usually win those matchups because they have an answer for all 3 of those positions.
Here's Russell Wilson in the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Wilson. And this one caught by Cameron Brain. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He may try and run for this. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now a carry for Lindsey. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Get ready.
On second down now, it's Lindsey. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Here's Wilson to throw.
There's so many things that go into playing the position of line.
Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 29, Prescott. Caught by Montgomery. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Looking to throw, Prescott. And this is Shepard on the catch. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott. And this one complete to Smith.
Meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. He'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. To the air again, Prescott. That's caught by Montgomery. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Prescott on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Packers! Sterling Shepard, his first touchdown of the new season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Extra point put through by Succop. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go.
Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting a lead. So you're not playing that way. You've got to go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
First down now, but that clock rolling. They go play action now. Wilson. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. On first down, Wilson. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. But once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw again. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. A bit of a surprise. They're going for it with 2 ticks remaining. No sign of the field goal unit. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
That's complete left side to Shepard. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he finds Montgomery complete. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
Off the play fake, Prescott. This one caught by Davis. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. That's going to set him back 5 yards. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And he finds Howard complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Check it back, check it back.
They'll run with Montgomery. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. David Montgomery with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Packers have taken the lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. A 10-play drive that time. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
From the 35 on second down, Wilson, he'll get this to Phillip Lindsay, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On first down, Lindsay. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 28. Now Wilson on first down. That's taken in by Henderson. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A well-executed 22-yard gain. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. They'll run with Lindsay. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Second and goal from inside the 5. Now Wilson. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Deontay Johnson with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. As they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll offense now about ready to take possession here. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Looking to throw on second down. Prescott. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards, first down, Packers. They'll run on first down. It's Montgomery. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. A gain of 3, second down. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be third down. Now Montgomery, he's got it on the draw. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a fourth down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now it's Wilson. And an alley to run. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run here with Lindsey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Benson Mayowa in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. It got his man complete. It's a big one there for the Vikings. And even 40 yards. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. On 1st down, Lindsey. And a solid run down inside the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Another run by Lindsey. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That's on the Pro Bowl guard from Notre Dame, Zach Martin. On 2nd down, it's Henderson looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They'll look to throw.
All right, they picked up yardage, but they've got to get up to the line of scrimmage and spike it. They've got 1 timeout left. Want to save it.
And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. He's back to throw. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this a jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad be pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more Modesto. Hit your thought, I'ma catch those. Mexican, I'ma pesos. Hit your sus, I'll replace those. Number saved, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, like them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, while I point to God.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, count it up. Ay, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Ay, she want it like me, cause I blame she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit on my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Oakland Raiders and the Minnesota Vikings. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oakland Raiders and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. It's been a great start to the season. Back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes that actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by their 5'11 quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
What? Ready? Mike 54. Are you getting the headache? Are you getting the headache?
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, and he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Third and long, it's Wilson. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a fourth down now.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, second down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
Throwing on second down. Minshew. He completes it to Boyd. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Looking to throw it. Minshew. And he's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
It's just me and you.
They'll run for it with Lynch. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Marshawn Lynch, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-zip Oakland. Just a 4-play drive that time. And polishing it all off, Marshawn Lynch with the TD run. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Here we go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. DJ Hayden right there on the coverage. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Wilson. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 32 that time. To throw is Wilson. And break, the tight end's got it. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Again, Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Well, I guess they wanted to get that touchdown right back on their first drive, but failed to do so.
And what they have to be careful of is pushing so hard to stay right there, to stay even with their opponent, that they gas themselves out. You know, it's almost like horse racing. Sometimes you don't want to take your horse right to the front and let them do all the work and then someone catch them at the end and pass them up. You want to make sure you moderate what you're doing along the way and then go for the big finish.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First down, the run with Lynch. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Minshew, the Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Minshew throwing on 3rd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball. Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to set up in this book.
He's got him in, complete, past the 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. Cordero Patterson, 83 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. I believe it was you, Mr. Davis, who said something about them opening things up, taking shots downfield because that D might gang up against the run, and we just saw evidence of why that was a good idea.
And indeed, my friend, just like if broken watch is right twice a day, I get them right every now and then.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive, and it's polished off by a Viking score. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Now Minshew. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep. This is caught inside the 15.
Let's go, fellas.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 2nd down, Lynch. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Minshew to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Dan Bailey now for the field goal try. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
The Raiders defense getting ready. And let's take a peek at some of the defensive effort here that's helped them get this first half lead.
Yeah, I remember in school, we used to have a term for it, break on it. When you see the ball in the air, when you see a receiver make the cut, and you anticipate it. Break on the football, get there, make a play. And we've seen a lot of that so far in this game.
Coverage has been excellent. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. On first down, Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of sympathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Let's go now. 90 Wolf. Come on. Check 26, check 26. Shoot.
Minshew, 1st and 10. He sets up the screen to Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first it's good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. On 2nd down, Minshew. He gets this one to Boyd. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Lynch running the counter. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here. And nothing but daylight ahead. The 30. 10, and with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed.
Now Prater to add the PAT. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So we have reached halftime, and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Out of the gun is Minshew. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is brought in at the 21. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Lindsey. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Now it's Lindsey, and he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Wilson. And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Throwing is Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete. Cordero Patterson, the one he was hoping to get it to. And now it's 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Wilson now, throwing on 3rd and long. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And now we'll get a delay here as they try to give themselves a little more room for the punt.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. Here's Matt Bosher now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. It's caught by Garcon. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run with Marshawn Lynch. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. From the 36, Minshew. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the play. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. Caught by Jones. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it a 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. Back to the ground, this time Lynch. Yeah, great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Minshew sets to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. They try again with Lynch. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Marshawn Lynch, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. He's having a nice little game. Maybe already has an eye on that 3rd touchdown.
And how about what our producer, Christian McLeod, likes to say when they've scored touchdowns like this? He's put a tent up in Touchdown City.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's all capped off by a Marshawn Lynch touchdown run. (17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call.
Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lindsey. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now it's Wilson. Complete. He finds Bray. A solid stiff arm. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Lindsey. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Phillip Lindsey, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Prater on to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was capped off by a Phillip Lindsey touchdown run. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So the Raiders now down 24-17. At time, a huge factor. They'll have one play here just north of the 2-minute warning. Here's Minshew. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Jones. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Back to throw. This complete to Jones. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 40. He'll look to throw. Ebron caught left side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. He gets this one to Garcon. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. He's back to throw. And this is complete. It's Allen. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Now Minshew. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get...
And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Yes, sir, that touchdown puts him in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it, go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now?
Well, win it right now, have the momentum, go ahead and get it done.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And we may very well be headed to overtime. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And he's going to take it all the way into the end zone. What a return, and they've taken the lead.
And that score in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears. They get it done. How about that score?
The finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
This is fielded at the goal line.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still... You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Vikings, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Oakland, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.